As I look at the surface of the water in my jar, I can see the reflection of my face. It's not the face of a young woman. My youth is long gone. But when the water moves and blurs, I can see my life rushing past me. My childhood when everything was so beautiful. The sunshine and running and playing and loving, all so easy to receive and return. The colors of my childhood shimmer with light. For years I have come to this well. This is the well that Jacob made. And the water comes up from deep in the earth, and it's sweet and it's cool when you bring it into the light. As a child, I was told over and over the story of the romance between Jacob and his Rachel, of how long and hard he worked so that they could be together. It was a romantic story that filled my young heart. And I thought that's how my life would be, a life full of love. And I was 13 when my first husband married me, still a girl with a heart full of dreams and wishes. He was an older man and not very tolerant of a young girl with romantic ideas. He made it clear that he wanted children from me, and that was all. But I couldn't produce a child quickly enough, and he soon put me aside. But the hopefulness of youth saved me from despair, and I soon met my second husband, who loved me with all his heart, or so I believed. But before long, he too put me aside, and like a horrible nightmare, the same thing happened 3 more times. Well, I figured it out. I was one of the unworthy ones. I was unworthy of any kind of lasting love or care. I mean, 5 different men, the same one woman. It had to be me. At least that's what the women of my village would whisper about when they turned away from me. I was shunned by all the people that had nurtured me and loved me in this village. The very same people. And now I live with another man, but we're not married. I'm afraid to marry him because it'll hurt less when he puts me aside if we haven't made public promises. And I'm not brave enough to trust him to stay with me. But one glorious day, my trip to draw water from this well was miraculous. I met another man, a Jewish man, and he spoke directly to me and asked me for a drink from the well. Me, a Samaritan woman. He told me all about my life and myself, and I thought he was a prophet. But no, he was so much more than a prophet. He was the Messiah. He told me that himself. Me, a Samaritan woman. He was the Christ that we've all been waiting and watching for. And you know, he said the place to worship the Father and the way the Father wants us to worship him is in spirit and truth. I looked into his eyes and knew that he spoke the truth to me, a Samaritan woman. And suddenly I felt it wash over me like the water from this well, the kind of love I'd always been looking for. All my life, all of these generations, our people have thought that we can only worship the Father and God on this particular mountain. And I have gone many times to the mountain to pray for forgiveness or whatever it was that was causing my unworthiness. And the Jews, they believe you have to go to the temple in Jerusalem to pray to the Father. What a great freedom it was to me to learn that I could pray to God wherever I was, in my heart, in my mind. But back to that day, I ran as fast as I could to the others to tell them who I had seen and what he had told me. They came running to meet him, this wonderful man who is our Messiah. He stayed with us for a few days, and he told us that God loves all of us, the Samaritans, all of us. And then his disciples decided to baptize some of us. Well, I couldn't wait to be baptized because that meant I had chosen the Messiah. And it meant that I had been chosen again, and this time for all eternity, because I knew that this beloved one would not put me aside. He told me that what I had received was living water. Well, I think it must have replaced the very blood in my veins, because I feel full of light, and all I want to do is go tell everyone I meet about Jesus and this living water. After I was baptized, the people of my village decided to give me a new name, Fotini, the Enlightened One. It's a good name, and I like it because I know that all of the darkness, and all of the sorrow and all the shame is gone from within me, driven out by the light of the Messiah's love. Yes, it is the same face in my water jar, but my eyes shine with a new hope and a great eagerness to go and tell everything I have seen and heard, to tell the words of the Messiah. Soon I will leave this well and its cool, sweet water, and I will leave this mountain and this village, because I can feel the living water going through me, telling me to go and share the light and my joy, telling me that this time I won't go alone. The beloved one is going with me each step of the way, and his love has made me a worthy one.